Coming up today on Channel 97 News.
Oakville seniors face their fears at the Six Flags Fright Fest.
We visit with a former OHS student who has an uplifting story to tell.
And the girls' volleyball team is trying to do something it has never done before.
All that and more on today's edition of Channel 97 News.
And it starts now.
Welcome to this edition of Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News. I'm Mackenzie Deutschman.
And I'm Kaylin Hickman. Hey Kens, did you notice our parking lot looks a little different this year?
Yeah, I have. Let's find out more.
On Saturday, October 5th, 38 juniors and seniors at Oakville did something for the very first time. They painted their parking spots.
It's a really neat way to bring kids together, to build school pride, and to really engage the community.
And you might recognize the two brains behind the idea.
I feel like we don't have a ton of things where the students get to express themselves creatively, so I wanted to get to do it.
Just like the student creativity, to be able to personalize your own spot. You park there every day and you pay $100.
But what did it take to bring this idea to life?
So to get this approved, I had to meet with Mr. Brennan, and he asked us a bunch of questions which we didn't have answers to.
But he wanted us to get more information, like contact other schools, the type of paint, what day, and how it would all be set up before we took it to Miss Sunkett.
So then after we had all those answers, we went back to Mr. Brennan, and he was like, okay, then now we're gonna go talk to Miss Sunkett. And then after about 2 or 3 meetings with her, it was all approved.
Students at Oakville jumped at the opportunity to put their touch on Oakville's parking lot.
I just thought it was really cool because I see that other schools got to do it and we've never really gotten to do anything like that before, and it's a really cool way to just personalize something around the school.
Mine's going to be just an American flag with my name on it, my year. I really like red, white, and blue, and I have the flag for everything.
I'm actually painting it white first, and then I'm going to go over it with yellow. And then I'm doing something that says Happy 30A Day, and 30A is a highway in Florida. We always just use this brand, so we're just going to put it on my parking spot.
Students and staff are hoping it will become a new annual event.
So I just really look forward to it growing and growing and growing, and to make it another great Oakville tradition.
With Bella Wilhite and Davin Smith behind the camera, I'm Kaylee Calton for Channel 97 News.
Those parking spots looked really cool. Hey Kens, did you paint your parking spot?
No, I think I'm going to wait until my senior year.
Hey, speaking of seniors, many of us had the chance to do something really cool last month. Here's the story.
Have you ever wondered what goes bump in the night? Well, 100 Oakville seniors finally got the opportunity to truly face their fears this year at Fright Fest. The first goal of the evening was to prepare scarers for their first opening week of Fright Fest. The second goal was to run through evacuations and test drills. The groups nervously waited to run through 4 of the 5 houses, ready to test how far their limits could be pushed. The head of this event was Mr. Ross Bullington, former OHS principal turned head of security at Six Flags.
It allows me to help out 2 great places at one time. Love Oakville High School.
We asked them what our seniors were able to do.
The students were able to go through each of the haunted houses.
The themes of the houses are as follows: Night Terrors, Blind Fury, Fun House, and the fan favorite, Slaughterhouse.
There was a lot of meat hanging from the walls and just a lot of blood and slaughter.
They were constantly jumping out and banging on the walls and everything. The jump scares really got to me too.
Even though the night was centered around emergency drills, the jump scares and screams were still very real. How much did it cost our students?
Absolutely nothing other than the drive out there and then the time involved.
We asked the seniors if they would come back to Fright Fest, and the answers were unanimous.
Yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah, I want to.
All the students were given ice cream in the Six Flags ice cream parlor on the house. We'd like to thank Mr. Bullington and his crew for making the night such a memorable one for our seniors. With Kaylin Hickman and Avery Neal behind the camera, I'm Layla Suskic for Channel 97 News.
Fright Fest is every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from now until November 3rd.
If you're looking for something else fun to do, the fall play is just around the corner. Selma Vukovic has the story.
The drama department has been working hard on this year's fall play.
This year's play is Tinkerbell. It's the story of Peter Pan that we all know and love, but from the perspective of Tinkerbell. So if you know the Peter Pan story already, you're solid, you can be familiar with what's going to happen, but we've got some stuff thrown in there that we maybe haven't considered before.
I am so excited. I have been watching Tinkerbell. I grew up watching Tinkerbell, not only in Peter Pan, but also in the rest of the Disney series, and I always dreamed of flying and being Tinkerbell, so it's really cool that I get the opportunity to actually do that.
What are the technicalities of what's different in this one? Well, we're doing Peter Pan, so in our tiny little drama center, we're going to try and get people to fly. We've got drones that move throughout the space. We've got flowers that grow and move with characters. We're trying to make this the magical, exciting show that Peter Pan actually is. Using the limited space and resources that we've got, I'm actually very excited to see what we end up being able to put on stage.
This is Miss Harper's first year as a full-time OHS teacher.
What I love about theater is the idea of it causing us to reflect on ourselves. And so I read this play and I think, oh, do I treat people that way? Do I get upset and then just write them off? Or am I able to handle more than one emotion at a time where I can say, okay, I'm angry, but also, and so that's what I really enjoyed about this play.
The fall play will be presented on November 13th, 14th, and 15th in the Drama Center. With Liam Schoenberger and Bethany Hagen behind the camera, I'm Selma Vukovic for Channel 97 News.
It sounds like the drama students are putting a lot of hard work into the fall play.
It sure does. As many of you know, Oakville is 50 years old. Up next in our Touch of Gold segment, we visit with a 1981 grad who is definitely not afraid of hard work.
Diane Snowpeck Brown, former OHS student, is just weeks away from her natural bodybuilding competition.
I've been working out since the age of 15, and honestly, it was about 32 years of age. My husband and I were in the grocery store, and I saw this magazine, and these girls had muscles, and it was like, that's what I want to look like. 10, 14 years later is when I met my first coach, and I said, you know, I'd like to do some bodybuilding. I will be entering the IPE World Championships as an amateur, and it's important to me because this is where I'll hopefully be able to obtain my pro card. Once I obtain my pro card, from there on, I will compete as a pro. And with that, you can earn money being on stage. When you're this close to competing, you don't want to give up now.
Defying the odds, Diane overcomes a challenge many bodybuilders don't face.
I check my sugars 10 to 13 times a day to begin with, but I am type 1 insulin-dependent diabetic, and at that time, my doctors wouldn't allow it, the one that I was currently with. And finally, I just put my foot down and I said, no, I'm going to do this. So I had to be very in tune with my diet and my blood sugars, and I'm also in contact with my doctor's office. I will start sending in my blood sugars probably every other day. So as I progress through the next 4 weeks, as I really start leaning out for my show, I'll start subtracting more and more insulin from my body. You can do anything anyone else can do. I'm the only diabetic up on stage amongst other against the other competitors. So if you've got an illness or you've got something, don't ever let it stop you.
We wish her the best of luck at the IPE World Championship. With Riley Heiser and Lily Singer behind the camera, I'm Olivia Lutker for Channel 97 News.
Next up is a story about an Oakville student athlete who has worked hard to make himself an outstanding soccer player.
That's right, and for Adam Leaker, it's a family tradition.
Number 9, Adam Leaker.
Senior defender Adam Leaker is not a new name in the soccer program. This year, however, he has taken on a new role as a leader of the team.
Started off coming into Oakville soccer. I was scared as a freshman for tryouts, but I ended up on JV, and halfway through I got called to varsity and have been a starter since. This year I'm a captain, and it was a great opportunity to be able to lead my team and my friends and make great bonds that will last forever.
Adam has not been alone in his soccer career. One special fan has been his grandpa, Jim Leaker.
Anytime I have a game, he's always on the sideline cheering me on and tells me good game right after. Ever since I started playing soccer, and he's always at all of my cousins' games. He just gets anything he can get to.
I just love watching him play. I hope that they like for me to be there. If I'm an influence, it's more that I'm there to root them on.
What many people don't know about is Jim Leaker's past career in collegiate and professional soccer.
So I really didn't learn how to play soccer until I was a junior. And I was in the right place at the right time. He had a bunch of good coaches, and that started my career. I went to St. Louis University, and I was on one national championship team there, and I joined the St. Louis Stars, and played 3 years for the Stars, 1970, 71, 72. 1970 was Rookie of the Year of the North American Soccer League. 1972, we made it to the finals of the NASL Championship. It's been a neat journey, and then was inducted into the St. Louis Soccer Hall of Fame in 1998 and became president about 10 years ago.
This season, Adam did something extra special to honor his grandpa.
I picked number 9 this year just because my grandpa, that was his number when he played professional, and I've always just wanted to have that number to represent him and continue his legacy.
It was a big surprise to have him being wearing number 9, which was my number. I felt very proud that Adam would think of that as a tribute to me. And he's just a great young man, and he's going to go far.
Adam plans to follow in his grandpa's footsteps and play collegiate soccer. With Katie Leaker behind the camera, I'm Jennifer Sella for Channel 97 News.
The Oakville Volleyball team has been on fire.
They sure have. Entering last week, the team had gone 26 straight matches without a loss.
Here's the story on this amazing team.
All of the senior girl volleyball players have hit milestones in their careers.
I got 1,500 assists, and I broke the school record.
I got my 500th career kill.
I reached my 500 kills, which was super exciting.
I just reached 1,000 digs, which I'm the second person in Oakville history to reach that goal.
They all have played for 4 years, so they've put in the hard work beforehand. I just really, this season, tried to help them get a little bit more out of what they're doing.
But they didn't do it alone.
So we're all super close friends, and it's fun to all experience the same thing together.
I'm really excited for all of us because we're all so close.
I'm just proud of all the hard work that we put in, and this is definitely our season.
During Coach Allen's first year, he has brought out the best in his players.
We have a lot of talent on the team, and he knows who to put in, when to put them in, and he just knows what to do.
He brings a lot of new ideas to the team.
You really tell that he cares about us and wants us to really bond. He just really pushes us to be our best.
The girls enter this week's district tournament with 27 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie.
Our season's going really well. We have a really good record.
It's definitely our best season out of the 4 years that I've been here, and everyone is working really hard this season. Our main goal is to go to state.
I think this team has a very high ceiling, so they have a long way they can go as long as they put in the hard work.
Good luck at districts, girls. With Ava Hounsome behind the camera, I am Kaylin Giaconti for Channel 97 News.
The girls will play their first district game this Wednesday at Northwest Cedar Hill.
Hey Kens, are you looking forward to Halloween?
I sure am. My favorite part of the treats. But not all treats are tasty.
That's true. We'll show you what we mean as we play a trick on a few Oakville students.
With Halloween right around the corner, we decided to play a game of trick or trivia with some Oakville students. 2 students will go head to head to test what they know about Halloween. The student that answers the question correctly will get to pick a cupcake, either of which will be a trick cupcake or a sweet treat. Let's meet your teams. Team 1, John Valenti and Janelle Harris. Team 2, Mason Christopher and Carter Bradley. And Team 3, Audrey Burke and Aaron Herberholt. Question 1, is a pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? Vegetable.
It's a fruit.
Vegetable.
What?
A fruit.
Correct. Okay.
What?
Question 2, who invented the jack-o'-lantern?
Jack.
Correct.
How are you? I have no clue. Can you give us options?
No. Who invented the jack-o'-lantern?
Jack.
Correct.
That's his name? Jack? Does he have a last name?
Did I actually get it right?
Jack.
Correct.
Mine's fine. Oh, I already know this one's bad. Look at the bottom. There we go. Oh my God, there's like... That's disgusting. Is there like pickles in here? What is that?
Oh, mine has the bad stuff. After 2 additional rounds, the winners were John Valenti, Mason Christopher, and Audrey Burke. Thanks for watching, Oakville, and happy Halloween. With Chase Skaggs and Andrew Rudd behind the camera, I'm Mackenzie Deutschman for Channel 97 News.
Before we go, we'd like to congratulate former OHS broadcast students Caden Turner and Lewis Luong. Caden and Lewis received a Student Award for Excellence at the Mid-America Emmys October 5th in Branson, Missouri. They earned this award in the Animation, Graphics, Special Effects category for their creation of the broadcast Civil War. This feature appeared on Channel 97 News in May of 2017. Well, that wraps up this edition of Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News. We hope you join us for Around OHS on November 8th.
If you'd like to see more of our content and stay up to date on what's happening at Oakville, be sure to check out myohsonline.com. We post news stories all the time.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Kaylin Hickman.
And I'm Mackenzie Deutschman. And remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers.